So, if you watch the end of the Paris Marathon video, you'll remember that I quoted Steve Redgrave that if you ever saw him in a boat again, to shoot in. And I said the same about the marathon. Well, next year, the London Marathon is over 2 days for the first time ever, on the Saturday and the Sunday. And I've got a place. So yeah, that is my news, and I am absolutely delighted about it. And I know I'm a very lucky boy. As I said, the odds are very, very slim. But the fact is, I've got a place, and I intend to do whatever it takes to get myself back to full fitness and give London my absolute best. So let's talk about the odds of getting in through the ballot. So this year, I believe there were just under 1.4 million people apply to do the London Marathon. Now, if you realise that there's probably 20,000-ish ballot places for each day, you're looking at around 40,000 places across the 2 days, which make my odds, and let's see how bad my math is, about 2.5%. So you're talking about 1 in 50 people that enter the ballot will have got a place. They are not great odds at all. So I was very, very fortunate. The rest of the places are obviously made up of charity, good for age, sponsors, invited guests, etc. So yeah, only about 40% of the field, I believe, is actually ballot. So what does that mean for me? So I've run it twice. I did my first London Marathon in 2018, which I believe is still the hottest on record. And being honest, I wasn't much of a runner back then. Like, I did run, but I wasn't really into longer distances. And my plan was to try and do it in under 4 hours. I was miles off. So I ended up running it in 4 hours and 38 minutes. And that was my second ever marathon. The first one I did in 2012, which was the Preston Marathon. And that sort of put me off for quite a long time. And then I did my second London in 2023 and went into that far better trained. I just joined the Tunbridge Wells Harriers and ran that in 3 hours and 44 minutes. A much better and more controlled run. So it's been run over 2 days, like I said. Saturday the 24th and Sunday the 25th of April 2027. Now this is the first time it's ever happened. And to be fair, it's divided opinions. Some people think it's a great thing, more spaces, more people can run it, more money for charity. And some people have said, well, if it's run over 2 days, it kind of diminishes the appeal and history of it. But I'm in the first camp. I think it's a great thing. I think the fact that more people get the ability to run it, more money for charity, more people supporting, coming into London, spending money, and also just more people training and getting into the sport of running, which is sort of the whole point, isn't it? So I think it's a good thing. I do sort of see, the whole tradition side of things, but things change, traditions change. Running's an incredibly popular sport. And actually, by putting it over 2 days, you're just increasing participation levels, which, as I said, surely that's got to be a good thing. Now, for those of you that have followed the channel for a little while, you will know that my marathon PB is 2:58:30. So I have run a sub 3 before, but I haven't managed to get back there since, and that was in 2024. I've had 2 proper cracks at it. One at Chicago, where I ran 3:02:50. One at Paris, where I ran 3:02:40. And then I had a good build going into the Boston Marathon, but ended up injured, and ended up just taking that quite easy. So I would love to get back sub 3, and I would love to do it in my home marathon. Although I know London's not home, but I work there and it's pretty close, so it means a lot. And I want to work really hard over the next 7-8 months to get there, and that means starting straight away. So obviously my Achilles is much better now. Absolutely not 100%, but I'm slowly building. I'm keeping up my strength work. So the build starts now. This weekend, I have got East Peckham 10k on Sunday. Now, I haven't run further than 7k yet in training since my injury, so should be interesting. But it will give me a line in the sand. It will give me that barometer of where my fitness is at. And from there, we build to whatever we can for London. Obviously, I would love sub 3. I'd really love sub 255. But let's not get ahead of ourselves just yet. Right. Let's get to East Peckham and see where my fitness is really at. Good morning and happy Sunday. So we are back for some car chat. It's been a while since I've done one of these segments, but I am here this morning at the East Peckham 10k. Now, I have not raced at all since Paris Marathon, and I say raced loosely because I am not racing this morning. I am running because I've not done a 10k distance in any format, training or otherwise, since about 2.5 months ago. So this will be a stretch. It is also warm. For those of you in the UK, you'll know that obviously we've been going through a heat wave for pretty much the last couple of months, really. But it is warm again this morning. Blue sky, no shade, no cover really. So hence why I'm sitting in the car just to try and keep cool before the start. I have no real expectations this morning. As I said, I would like to run a fairly controlled race, and that's probably in and around 45 minutes, maybe. I ran this in 38:04 this time last year, so you can see the difference. But the most important thing really is just making sure that the Achilles holds up. I've been discharged from the physio now. I don't really have any discomfort when I'm running. I might feel a little bit of soreness the next day, but I've been keeping up my strength training. And basically the plan is just to keep building, but not overload the Achilles moving forward. So hence why my weekly distance has been sort of between 20 and 30 kilometers for the last couple of weeks. But like I said, I haven't done anything distance wise. I think 7k is my highest. So this is a little bit of a jump, could be a bit of an injury risk, but I'm just going to take it fairly steadily. It's a flat course. So yeah, there we go. So this is kind of like the barometer. Let's get round here in 45 minutes ish. Let's feel controlled. Let's feel good. And then we build for London from here. No super shoes either for me today. I have decided to go for stability and comfort over speed because I think if I'm running a sort of controlled-ish 45 minutes, actually, I don't need super shoes for that. And I don't really need the additional injury risk. So yeah, plan is to just run in my usual Asics GT 2000s that have had a fair bit of mileage put through them, to be honest. I could probably do with some new ones, but hopefully they'll do the job today. Right, there we go, done. East Peckham 10k. I think I finished in around 44, 48-ish. I haven't got my official time yet. I'll have a look when I get home. That's my watch time. But I did start it and finish it pretty much as I went past the timing mats. So I think that'll be fairly accurate. It was not controlled. That was hard. That was actually tough. I ran 38:04, same course last year, and that was much easier than today. So I have got a lot of work to do. That's actually humbled me a little bit. I thought I was in slightly better shape than being able to run an all-out 45-minute 10K, but clearly I'm not. It was hot. So, everybody struggled today. Everybody said how hot it was. There was very little shade. There was only one water station at about 3K. They probably could have done with another one a little bit later. I did have a soft flask of water with me, so it wasn't too bad. But yeah, it was a lot warmer than I think a lot of people had anticipated. So yeah, I hit the time. My splits were pretty consistent. I think I'll put them on screen. I was running around about 4:30, 4:29, most Ks there or thereabouts. So from that perspective, but my heart rate was just climbing and climbing and climbing. And I was in the 180s towards the end, which is, that is high for me. So there is some work to do, but the good thing is, look, I'm not going to panic. I am still 38 weeks out from London. There's a long way to go. Priority for today was get round unscathed. I didn't have any Achilles pain, which is brilliant, which I'm really, really pleased about. I might get a bit of stiffness tomorrow, but I'm going to go home. I'm going to ice it now. And all being well, we're back on track, albeit not anywhere near as fit as I would like.